Diksha and Parali again, and we have with us over here Professor Hetal Doshi, who's been with ECEL since its very inception, and we're very lucky to have us over here sharing her views on about ECEL. So without much ado, let's start.
Having met with so many students and teaching them, do you think entrepreneurship is feasible for them right now?
So see, I have met many students with a lot of ideas. I think some of them just have this enthusiasm of starting something on their own, which is understandable because there's so much entrepreneurial activity going around in the world, in India. You know, we have this incubation center in college. So of course, a lot of students are into. I would say not everyone has feasible ideas, but at least someone who has a good idea. I think we have the infrastructure now to convert that into a proper startup, and people who have the enthusiasm, not the idea, we can always give them the ideas to work on and probably modify their ideas a little bit. But yes, it's definitely feasible. There's no question about it not being feasible. But yes, that little bit of scrutiny of whether these ideas can actually see the light of the day is something which we have a system to do.
So how exactly, what are the activities that have been run by ECEL?
So we try to do a gamut of activities. To begin with, I would say that we've had several speaker sessions to build this entire environment of entrepreneurship in college. Like say we've had Faisal Farooqi come in from Outshot. We have had Jumbo King Vada Pav owner come in to just give them an idea of share their story. We've got one of the writers come in and talk to our students. We've had someone from social entrepreneurship, Dipti Doshi, who heads the Hayya organization, to come and talk to our students. We've also had Professor Talele, who runs the ECEL in SPIT, to come and talk to our students about tech entrepreneurship. So we're trying to cover all the aspects in all the areas that entrepreneurship could be picked up through these speaker sessions. Apart from that, what we've done is we have tried to take our students to several startup visits. Like we take them to a small startup who's not older than 5-6 years, to make them understand what the setup is like for a budding startup. So they get a clear, real life picture of what startups are like. Apart from that, what we do is we generate a lot of internship opportunities for our students to take up internship, to experience how is it to work like startups. So we have had around 150 students who have got internships through various of the ECEL efforts. So these are the activities through which we try to create the entire enthusiasm for entrepreneurship. Apart from that, what we do is we conduct several ECEL workshops. We have the faculty from Simsara Management Institute, Dr. Radha here, ma'am, to come in and talk to our students about business plan workshops and stuff like that. We organize several events. We organize, like, for example, Startup Expo. We have organized MasterChef Somya, where people can come together and have a taste of how is it to run a business. So these are the various events which we do. And the most important thing is campus companies. We encourage students to start up companies in college, so that during their engineering they get some idea of how to run companies. What is it like to convert an idea to actual business and run it for a couple of months and face the problem and then correct them and all of that. So campus companies is something which we have. So right from speakers to visits to internships to our campus companies, all of this we're trying to cover it through our ECEL activities. So yeah, it's been a good run so far.
So when an idea is really developed and it has to go into the product manufacturing stage, what facilitates your research program?
Okay, so we have an incubation center on campus which is known as Riddle, which has been very active for past few years, and it's not just for the engineering college, for the entire campus. So Riddle has been very successful in capturing great ideas on campus, has been really successful in converting these ideas into projects. We've had several patents because of Riddle. So Riddle is one incubation center where they are providing space, they're providing mentoring. We are also, Riddle is associated with Venture Nursery, so any students who requires any sort of guidance, any sort of mentoring, funding opportunities. So all that infrastructure is in place in our campus for ideas to really reach the market.
Is it too early to pursue entrepreneurship? They have no job experience.
What I feel is that I definitely feel that everyone should go through some sort of an internship, some sort of an experience of working with startup. They should at least go through some of these sessions where they talk to entrepreneurs, share their stories, to understand the do's and don'ts of entrepreneurship. So definitely I feel just without any experience, just starting off on their own, but it's not the most advised thing ever. experience is good with everything, even with placements and jobs. I feel if anyone went through a series of internship, it always helps. So that's why in ESL also we do these activities. We're doing these little, workshops or little sessions. You can figure out that what are the things which you need to take care if you want to really start something.
And do you think entrepreneurship is better than placements?
No, I think it's to each to its own. There's nothing like placements is better than entrepreneurship or vice versa. It's upon the interest. Like say if a person is not risk taking and he or she feels that I want to go through, a conventional route of taking up a job and having a cushy life. I'm not saying placements is necessarily cushy life, but it's set, stable income and all of that. So be it. The person needs to be comfortable. The person is going to be always very tensed about, because entrepreneurship will require some time for it to grow and to start giving results. So someone feels I'm not up for that kind of a weight and I can't take that risk, it's okay. Those kind of students should go to play. And let me tell you one more thing, the people who start these startups, they also need to hire people. So I hope everyone doesn't want to start your own company, then it won't be sustainable.
How have you seen our research develop over the years? Because
I think it's been a lot of fun. I think I've been there with ESL from the beginning, and we used to come up with this crazy, like we have also gone through that where we came up with crazy ideas which had no feasibility whatsoever, but we have also learned, and so has the ESL. So it's been a good, I think it's going at the right pace. We have taken some baby steps. We have not done something very drastic in terms of, let's start a few things. I think that progress has to be incremental, and I'm glad that my team and all of you all have been very patient in not rushing into things. So I think the pace is very good.
How important is an ESL to promote such startups? Because is it really necessary to have an ESL to start up?
I think it's a platform. It's an area where people come together and discuss this. It's always convenient to have a common place where these ideas are being discussed. So if there is no ESL, these students would be individually taking these efforts. If there's an ESL, there will be a B-plan workshop, there will be how to generate ideas and all of that. That efforts will be taken by an ESL. Nahi to these students will have to do individual efforts, seeking help. So I think it's a central thing for everyone to come together, and I think ideas are best when they are discussed with others, because they can help you evolve your ideas. So it's necessary to have ESL in a college, definitely.
And now, what do you think is better, starting right after college although I might have done a few internships, but still I don't have the amount of experience that is needed.
I think it's very case-to-case dependent. There is no right time. As in, I'm sure some student who starts at the second year of engineering succeeds, and someone who starts after 5 years of MBA or work experience, and after doing an MBA also tries to start a startup. It doesn't work. I think it's upon the idea. I think it's upon the right team, right kind of a timing, but not in terms of your educational timing. It doesn't matter if you're starting out immediately. If a right idea clicks, it can click anytime. So I don't think there's any such right time. Of course, a right environment is very required, like someone to guide you, someone to mentor you, someone to tell you that these are things you need to take care of, and all of that is required. But as I said, it's very case to case dependent.
And what would you like to say to those people who are scared to have ideas, but right now they're in college, and whenever they think of startup, a lot of different things come to their mind, okay, money issues, and I don't know what to do, like how to go forward. So what do you think?
I think there's only one life. So if you have a great idea, if you're still in college and you don't have so many responsibilities, at least try it out. That's why we have the whole concept of campus company, where you can try it out in college where investments are not huge. It's cocoon, but I would say a protected environment where you can experiment, and if you fail, it's not going to really cause a lot of harm, because these campus companies are small in scale. Their investments are, as I said, not very huge. So it's a good platform to experiment. It's a good platform to see for yourself whether I'm up for this or not. Like, because on day-to-day basis, you will have to take care of the inventory, you will have to take care of the marketing, and if you're someone who don't enjoy this on day-to-day basis, like everything I'm having to do, then good, the person will understand that probably entrepreneurship is not for me. And someone who really enjoys this, like someone who starts bunging lecture and does only this, probably those kind of students are the students who really enjoy doing this, and if they're good at it, they should continue. So they should definitely experiment while they are in college, rather than waiting for college to get over, and when everyone else is settled in their jobs, and then you try to start something. That time pressure is more.
What is the most noteworthy activity you have seen your ESL organize?
Okay, so I like the way our campus companies have been working. I like the fact that we have a lot of social enterprises as well. I like the activities taken up by Generation Going Green. Like, very simple idea of making books using the single-sided printed pages. I think they've done so well, and it's not that you cannot make any money through social enterprises. They have been making money through it and making a social impact for the society as well. So that is one campus company which I'm very fond of, because it's such a simple idea yet so effective, and people have really appreciated it. We have our snack bar, which is our first canteen, which is coming up. So it's very exciting. We're a very lively environment. A group of students are starting a canteen. So I think that will be a very youth kind of a place where people come together, share their ideas. I hope Sanket comes up with some plan. It's not just canteen serving food, but something more lively.